Figures disappearing into beams of light, glowing eyes lurking in abandoned tunnels, something enormous in a man's backyard snapping apart thick branches high in a tree, a baboon-faced beast in the Canadian wilderness, a mysterious three-fingered mummy, drone footage that captured something huge moving through the forest, and more. These are more unknown creatures caught on camera that we cannot explain. This dashcam footage captured something really massive peering out at this truck driver. Take a look. See if you can spot it. Do you see it in the headlights as he turns the corner there? It's hard to notice at first. That's why the trucker didn't react at the time. It wasn't until later that a commenter pointed it out. A large, dark figure lurking in the trees. And I'm not sure if it was standing on a hill, but if not, the thing is incredibly tall. This is a freaky one for sure. The idea of some massive, hairy humanoid stalking the forest right around your property at night? Not a fan. This security footage comes from 2021 at an old factory facility on the Russian border with Siberia. Seems that two mysterious beings were picked up by a UFO. It happens pretty fast, so let's take another look in slow motion. Now that is pretty bizarre. I guess technically it's not a UFO. You see two figures, they're standing in this field when a light zips by and seems to whisk them off into the sky. Can't say I've ever seen anything like that before outside of an alien invasion movie. This next video comes out of South Carolina, originally posted to Reddit by Eastern_election_543. He came outside one night to investigate snapping sounds coming from the large trees in his backyard. He said it sounded like gorillas fighting, breaking off huge sections of the tree, in his own words.
I hope you can hear this. It sounds like gorillas fighting in the tree. They're breaking limbs bigger around than me.
So he walked to the back of the house and shone a flashlight up at the tree. Yeah, so something was definitely up there, only he couldn't actually see it. This was apparently the second time this happened, too.
This is the second time I've come over here. And the first time, when I got up under them trying to figure out what it was, they started breaking limbs off and throwing them at me.
He also said that the pieces of the tree coming down would have taken him like 2 minutes to saw through. So whatever was up there, it was big. And that is not even the craziest part.
Look, that's bigger than me. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that.
And then even more of it comes down.
Something, oh my God, oh my God.
At that point, he decides to just head inside because, as he says,
I don't even think a bear would have a chance in Hades and it doing this. It's something stronger than a bear.
Now, what is actually going on here? Well, I can't say for sure. I mean, could there be someone up there messing around? Sure. But I mean, look how high up they'd have to be. Pretty dangerous, especially at night. And the fact that they're snapping off all these branches without actually being seen, it does make that harder to believe. But what do you all think is going on here? Looking at these images, you probably assume they were taken in some remote jungle. The bright green foliage and of course the fact that there's an ape-like creature. But no, these images actually come from Chutes Regional Park in Quebec, Canada. Back in 1995, a guy was hiking out there, taking regular pictures of the scenery near a waterfall. He didn't notice anything strange while he was on the trail, but when he went through his photos later, he spotted something standing in the background. Crouching in the trees was this tall, dark, upright figure. What makes this photo stick out from your typical Bigfoot shot is the creature's head. Instead of having a flat, ape-like face, it's got a long snout, kind of like a baboon or a massive dog. Some people who've picked the image apart even claim it looks like the thing is holding a smaller animal against its chest. A lot of people who are really into cryptids have said this could have been a gugwe, which is basically supposed to be a baboon-faced, more aggressive cousin of Sasquatch that stalks the deep woods of Canada and the Pacific Northwest. Think of it as an ape-werewolf hybrid almost. It stands over 8 feet tall, completely covered in hair, and it's every bit as mean as it looks. Most Sasquatch-type creatures try to run away or blend into the trees when they spot a human, but the gugwe is said to do the exact opposite. It gets hostile. Witnesses say it stands its ground and growls. But the absolute creepiest part, people also claim can actually mimic human voices, using them to trick you into wandering deeper into the forest. Reports of the creature go way back before the 1900s. Back in 2015, grave robbers in Nazca, Peru dug up a bizarre set of three-fingered mummies. The story went viral around 2017 when researchers introduced the world to Maria, a mummy with an elongated skull, and even stranger, only 3 digits on each hand. Former Colorado prosecutor and defense attorney Joshua McDowell flew out to examine Maria alongside a team of U.S. forensic experts. His team included a Denver City coroner, a forensic anthropologist, and his father, Dr. John McDowell, a forensic odontologist who helped identify remains after September 11th. So they all knew their stuff, and they noticed some really strange details. Looking at the hands and feet, they expected standard human skin ridges. Instead, there were just straight lines. These were not traditional human fingerprint patterns, Joshua McDowell said. We did not see any loops or whorls in the prints of the fingers or on the toes. I'm a former prosecutor. I'm a criminal defense attorney. I've seen lots of fingerprints, and these were not classic fingerprints, end quote. Peruvian officials immediately denied any extraterrestrial claims, though. Forensic archaeologists tested some of these smaller specimens and said they'd been put together with ancient bones, animal parts, paper, and glue. Historians also pointed out that ancient Peruvian cultures used to bind infants' heads to stretch their skulls, which could explain the weird head shape. Still, other researchers argued that Maria doesn't fit the handmade doll explanation. Looking at scans that appear to show a complete skeleton and DNA tests that reportedly came back with non-human matches. An urban explorer going by Urbex Hill on YouTube hiked way out into the woods to check out this massive 10-mile underground tunnel system. He spent practically the whole day wandering around down there, but he kept saying the vibe was just totally off. The place was dead quiet, aside from the rushing water, but he couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching him the entire time. And it turned out he wasn't just being paranoid. Near a particularly dark section of the tunnel, he shined his light around the corner, and that's when he spotted them. 2 pairs of glowing yellow eyes poked out, and then they darted back behind the corner with inhuman speed. Now this is a really weird one. Footage comes from Reddit user strong_literature505, who captured a strange orb in his backyard that caused his shed door to open. Take a look at this. So this tiny orb zips down from the sky at high speed, flies straight into the shed, and as soon as it hits, the door violently swings open. Very odd indeed. And in case you're wondering how secure the door is, the uploader wrote in the description, "Caught on my home CCTV. The hook that keeps both doors together is lightly rusted and doesn't open easily." Interesting thing to note as well, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of wind. You see a bit of a breeze blowing the bushes, but nothing that would cause a closed door to swing open like that. So what the hell was that orb? Some sort of creature? Something on the paranormal side? Is there a more rational explanation? Share your thoughts down below. This clip comes out of Vermont from a YouTuber named Ken's Carpentry. He originally flew his drone up hoping to spot a mother bear and her cubs, but he ended up catching something totally different. He spots a huge shape pushing its way through the thick brush. You can actually hear him chuckle on camera because he's just totally thrown off by whatever he's looking at. He loops the drone back around to track it and catches the thing stepping out from under the trees, following it across the open ground until it slips back into the woods. Definitely looks like a massive hairy ape thing walking around upright, but obviously with any of these Sasquatch videos, you always have to ask if it's just a guy in a suit. If this guy wasn't hoaxing though, and just happened to come across this, he captured some pretty incredible footage. And that's been the video. I'll catch you, yes you specifically, in the next one.